And now let's also talk about my experience flying with Air India. So what's up YouTube, it's Shivansh here. Welcome back to my channel. So from the title of this video and also from all this stuff behind me, you must already have figured out that I'm traveling back to India. Yes, after almost 1 year, I'm going back to India, going back and visiting my family. And I've just wrapped up all my packing just now. And it's almost, I think 3:16 in the morning. And I've just cleaned up all these dishes here and just cleaned up my house a little bit. And yeah, my flight is tomorrow afternoon around 12:15 p.m. So it's basically in about 9 hours from now. And I'll be leaving my house around 8:30 in the morning. So yeah, I'll take you guys along with me on this journey. And I'm flying Air India, by the way, this time. And I'll be traveling on Air India after a few years now. And from all the people that have recently traveled on Air India from Canada to India recently, they've all complained about the poor experience on their flight and the poor quality of service. But whatever it is, I'll share my experience with all of you guys so that if you are planning to travel in the near future from India to Canada or from Canada to India, then you'll have some idea about how this whole experience is. So with that being said, I should go to sleep now and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning everyone. So it's 3rd of July today and it's almost 9 a.m. and I'm all packed up to leave for the airport now. And I was supposed to take an Uber to the nearest Go bus terminal here in Oakville so that I could take a direct bus to the airport. But since I'm already running late, I'll just skip all that hassle and just take a direct Uber all the way to the airport. And also the weather is pretty gloomy outside. It's a little rainy as well. So let's go. Alright, so I'm just waiting at the lobby area of my building, just waiting for the lift to arrive. And it says that it's going to take almost 4 more minutes for it to arrive. So yeah, it's coming up soon. Oh, and also I'm actually getting a Tesla Model 3 for my lift. That's unique. Alright, let's see how it goes. As soon as I entered the airport, the lineup was so huge and it felt like everybody was traveling on the exact same flight to India. And even though I had already done my online check-in, I still had to stand in the same queue because there was no separate line for baggage drop-off, and that took a lot of time. But thankfully, I recently got to know about the YYZ Express, and by using this service, I was able to reserve my spot in the security check line, and because of that, I did not have to wait in the security check lineup because there was a separate line for express service. The best part is that this service is absolutely free and it saves so much time, and I recently got to know about it, and if you guys also want to try it out, then I'll leave a link in the description box below. Alright guys, so the check-in has been done now. I was pretty much the last person on the line. I think I got here like 2.5 hours before the flight departure. Now I'm just going towards the gates. Security check was actually pretty quick and smooth because of that express pass. So I would highly recommend you to get that express pass if you're coming to Pearson Airport. Alright, let's go to the gates now. Also, what's the time? I think it's 10:55. I have about an hour and 20 minutes for the departure of the flight. By the time I got a quick coffee from Starbucks, my flight had already started boarding and I was pretty much the last person in that line. For some reason, Air India decided to board the flight way sooner than what the scheduled time was, but thankfully I was able to get into the aircraft just in time. So when I landed in India, I was surprised to know that the Delhi airport was not at all busy, even though it was almost around noon and the lineups were pretty much non-existent. Alright guys, so finally after a 14-hour long flight, I've reached Delhi airport and just picked up my bags. And surprisingly, the line at the immigration counter was not that long, so it was pretty quick. So now I'm just quickly going to have something from maybe Domino's, and then I have my flight to Chandigarh from Terminal 1, and then my flight is in 5 hours from now, so I still have a little bit of time. So I'm just gonna have something here. And then it was time for my Delhi airport ritual. I just had tacos from Domino's, and every time I come back to India and taste the food here, it just validates my belief that the food in India is the best and nothing can actually beat it. Alright, so I'm finally outside the arrivals terminal of Delhi airport. So now I need to go to Terminal 1 to catch my flight to Chandigarh. So in order to do that, there are 3 ways that I could do that. One, I could just take an Uber or an Ola cab, and then yeah, that could actually take me to Terminal 1. Or I could also use the metro. So I think the entrance from metro is somewhere over there. So you could just take a metro, and then there's a metro station at Terminal 1 as well. So I can take a metro from Terminal 3 all the way to Terminal 1. But the third option is that the Delhi airport provides a free shuttle service, a bus service from Terminal 3 to Terminal 1. So I'm going to check out that shuttle service today and see how that is. So yeah, you can basically take the metro from over there, or you could also take the shuttle bus. So yeah, this is pillar number 10, and I think you can take the shuttle bus from over here. You just need to get your shuttle bus ticket from this counter, so I'm just gonna try and see that now. Alright, so yeah, I was basically able to get a shuttle ticket, and the shuttle will arrive at pillar number 11. So I just need to wait for that bus now, and I just had to show my previous boarding pass. So my boarding pass from my flight from Toronto to Delhi, and then also my onward boarding pass, so from Delhi Terminal 1 to Chandigarh. And then I was able to get this this shuttle pass for free. It's basically free for all the passengers who are making a connecting flight from Terminal 3 to Terminal 1. So yeah. Guys, so I'm at Terminal 1 of Delhi Airport. I'm just waiting for my flight to depart. Still have a couple of hours to go. At both the airports, there was no line at all at any of the check-in counters, any of the immigration counters, security check, whatever. It was a very smooth check-in, check-out. But having said that, I'm still extremely tired. It's almost 20 hours now that I've left home, and yeah, there's a couple of hours more to go before I board my flight, and the flight is 1 hour long, so 3 more hours from now, and then I need to get to my home city, so that's another give or take 2 hours, so another 5 hours to go. But yeah, getting there. What's up guys, welcome back to the video. So it's been a few days now that I've been in India. It's been almost 1 week. Finally, after 25 hours or so, I was able to reach my hometown in India, which is Ludhiana. I've been here for almost a week now and it's going really good. I've been spending good time with family and friends. And yes, I also got a haircut finally after 3 years. And if you guys missed this update, then you must not be following me on Instagram. And I would highly recommend you to follow me on Instagram at Shivansh Singla 119 because of two reasons. One, you'll get to know about all the details about what's happening in my life, where am I going, what am I visiting, what am I doing. And two, I also post a lot of informative content about studying in Canada, jobs in Canada, part-time jobs, full-time jobs, contract jobs, and everything that you need to know about how you can actually become a successful immigrant in Canada. So make sure to follow me on Instagram at Shivansh Singla 119. And now let's also talk about my experience flying with Air India. So I took an Air India flight after so many years this time, but I'm very disappointed to say that the experience was actually not that great. So first let's talk about the flight or the plane itself. And it is very sad to say that Air India, which is the flag bearer airlines of India, is not really up to the mark, at least for the flight that flies between Canada and India, because the plane itself was really old. It was not well maintained. The seats were really old and the cloth was also sort of tearing from a lot of places, and even the monitors or the TV screens were not working for most of the people. And this was really disappointing because it was a really long flight, almost 14 hours, and there was no sort of entertainment on board. Even though my screen was actually working initially, but as soon as the flight took off, something happened and the screen just went dark and I wasn't able to do anything. I wasn't even able to look at the live maps, and that was the case for pretty much everyone that I could see around me. Now, in terms of customer service, I think Air India was okay-ish. It wasn't the best, and it was kind of below average in some ways because a lot of people were asking for water on board, and after almost 3/4 of the journey, they pretty much ran out of water, or they pretty much ran out of any water bottles, and they were only serving water in small cups. And I've traveled with so many airlines over the years, and Air India has been the only one who does that. And even the food was nothing special. I understand that the food that they provide on board in most airlines is actually not that good, but in case of Air India, it was actually below average as well. So overall, I would say that if you are planning to travel from India to Canada or from Canada to India, you should try avoid taking Air India because one, it is extremely expensive for some reason, and two, the quality of service and the experience that you get on board is actually below average to, I would say, poor in certain things. So you will definitely not get the best value for your money. And it is sad to say that all the horrifying things that you hear about the Air India flights between India and Canada are actually true. And I know that Tata has recently bought Air India and they might have improved their service on domestic flights and other flight segments to other countries, but the flight between India and Canada is actually the worst, and you should definitely avoid taking that. And one more thing, that I'll be traveling to another country, a third country, in the next few days, and I'm planning on posting a couple of vlogs at least about that. If you're already following me on Instagram, then you must already know about it, but yes, I'll be posting a few videos on that as well. So make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also follow me on Instagram at Shivansh Singla 119, and I'm sure that you'll not be disappointed. Make sure to also hit the like button and share this video with all your friends and family who are planning to travel in the next few days, especially on Air India, so that they also know what they are getting into. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.